Welcome back to MMA Mathletes. My name's Sean. This is Joe. We're two casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers. Come join us while we chase the perfect parlay each week. There are no UFC fights this week, but don't worry. We're going to be breaking down the Rico versus Usyk fight card. And if you enjoy our content, make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up button.
This past weekend, wow. We were way off. Everyone was way off. It was crazy. That was a tough watch.
It's always difficult doing these fight cards that none of these fights have any legitimate meaning to any one of these divisions. That's like the hardest part about it. So it's like you don't really fully have skin in the game because you can't really see where either career is projecting. I mean, the only one that I feel like had actual meaning was the Wellmaker fight in terms of where their career is going to go. But besides that, I mean, for example, like Arnold Allen, he wins against Melquizial Costa. Where does he go from here? Like he's fought everyone else above him pretty much at this point and lost to them. You can't really warrant them getting another fight shot. So it's like he's just stuck there. Versus if Melky won, then it's like, okay, well, he gets slingshotted and like we're seeing his career grow. But it's like that with like all the fighters though. It's like, you know, like I mean, your boy Brundage won.
Knew
I mean, that was good. That was a good moment for him.
Knew that was happening.
But it's like, where does he go right there?
You know what's funny is every time I'm like, dude, this is gonna happen and everyone's against me. That's the one that hits. And every time I'm like, dude, that guy's gonna knock him out. And everyone's like, yeah, he will. That's the one that doesn't hit.
It's so weird.
Like Cavalcanti or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, she didn't do anything. Like, you're literally here for the decision.
Yeah. Another perfect example. Both fighters, like, who cares? Like, I guess if Cavalcanti wins, there's new blood in the top 10. That's cool. But, you know, Ketlen, Vieira, okay, that's cool. Like, you're literally the Alex Volkov of that division. Like, you're not going to get a title shot anytime soon. You don't have wow moments in your fight that warrant us to be like, ooh, what if we see her against Amanda Nunes? Oh, what if we see her against Kayla Harrison again? Oh, what if we see her against Norma Dumont again? Oh, what if we see her versus Jocelyn Edwards? No one's making those things.
Yeah, I think it's crazy that Ketlen just decided to show up this fight, but none of her other fights.
She sort of showed up. I mean,
enough to get the decision. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
I mean, it was two decision merchants, and one knew how to do it a little bit better than the other, you know? And so it's like,
but she did look a lot more active than she did in her last fight.
Yeah, it looked like she also had an epileptic seizure, but
Yeah,
it's
she was like
fucking, dude, I was stressed the whole time watching it. It was not a fun time watching that fight.
Yeah, that wasn't a fun fight to watch at all.
Yeah.
The Wellmaker one, that's a rough one. That was my lock of the week, and man, he did not show up at all.
The only thing I can hope is that Juan Diaz is also like an Ethan Ewing, and we're going to see him just go on an absolute tear.
I mean, even if he is like an Ethan Ewing and him, they went back and forth. But him versus Diaz, like Diaz just mopped the floor and made him look average.
The thing is, it was competitive. I think he's kind of mentally broken because like they're competitive, right, in the first round. And it gets to like, I think it was like just under a minute left. And he gets hit with that overhand right. And then from that moment on, that's when the fight turned because he wasn't throwing anything Diaz's way because he was like, dude, I don't want to get clipped by that. Like he just shut down from there.
He wasn't throwing much before that.
Yeah, but like at least it was semi-competitive. He was throwing body kicks. He was he was still in the fight. He was still, you know, he's coming off his first loss. You know, maybe he's just kind of like getting his bearing back in, you know, things like that. But like once he did that, he shut off any idea of him being competitive in that fight.
What do you think? What do you think the odds are that he actually?
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I just think he's a young fighter that needs to maybe switch camps or something. Like, I just think it's easy when you're not being fed and you finally get fed, right? Because then you have to draw your
motivation.
Yeah, your motivation, all your discipline, all this stuff. Where is it coming from now? It's not, you're already done with the payoff of now I get money for fights. It's like, okay, well now I have to achieve greatness. Now I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's why Armand's so scary, because he doesn't need money. He literally does this because he's a psycho and he wants to hurt people, essentially.
Yeah,
you know, like so like you have to draw inspiration from somewhere else that's not, oh, I'm feeding my family now.
I don't know where Wellmaker goes from here.
I have no idea. I think you just put him in fun fights,
I guess.
Because honestly, he's a little bit, I think he's like 32, right?
Is he? Yeah, he's 31 and he turns 32 this year.
Yeah, dude. So it's like you're kind of old to like switch up your game, you know, in your career. So I think you might just be doing like fun kickboxing type fights. I don't think you're going up the division anymore. anymore.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see.
I think your best case projection is that you're just outside top 15. Maybe you get to top 15, but then you're just maybe a litmus test for other people to get into the top 15. I think that's his best case scenario for his career right now.
Imagine Diaz gets put out in his next fight by someone lesser than him.
Oh yeah, dude. Or just someone that we just don't see that impressive. But I think that he's gonna get someone decent.
It's crazy because I still believe Wellmaker, if he didn't do the fight the way he did it, he takes that fight.
True.
If he didn't get scared or pull back or whatever, if he went, I think he takes that fight.
But I honestly think that's what happened. In his career, he hasn't had much resistance. He hasn't really, he's been kind of outshining everyone. And because he built all this confidence that he is the guy. And then he gets, defeated by Ethan Ewing. And you're like, okay, cool. No worries. His first loss, though. So it's how is he going to come back from his first loss? Okay, he's going to go up against Juan Diaz. Juan Diaz, he's a tough out. He's got really good striking. He has really good submission skills.
Undefeated.
One loss.
Defeat.
Yeah. Tough customer. But it's that's where you're supposed to. He showed us so much about whether or not when the tough gets going, does he get tough? When he got that overhand right, it was okay, well, I don't when it's tough, I'm just going to kind of shut down.
Actually, now that you mention it, we did see that in the Ewing fight as well, where he kept throwing the same combinations because he couldn't think. He was so overwhelmed with, this guy's gonna beat me. This guy's gonna beat me, and you could see it in the fight where he's dude, this guy's he has my number.
Yeah, it sucks because there's so many times where he could go, and there's other times when he was going, and it's you should have just done feints. It's almost opposite day. You should have gone when you should have gone, and you should have gone when you shouldn't have gone, or you went before. Yeah,
he was jumping the gun, or he was getting hesitant.
Yeah,
no, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. He was landing some nasty shots, the kicks. I was oh, sick. He already hurt him right out of the
wrapping
gate.
Them too.
Yeah, I'm oh shit, dude, you're just stay on that.
Yeah.
He was nah, we're good.
I mean, we saw that with Melky Costa though too, with the leg kicks. If he's not going to check those leg kicks, he's not going to just go for it.
5 rounds of that is what he should have been doing.
Yeah, that's how leg kicks work though. It's you just add up. It's kind of like that boring fucking snowball investing where it's it's not fun, but if you keep on adding it up, by the end of the 5th round,
it's paying dividends.
If it's paying dividends, or you might not even be getting there because you already got the jackpot.
Yeah, 100%. You're just feeding the machine.
Exactly.
Do you think that maybe he was defeated before going out because he had such a dog shit walkout song?
That was a pretty brutal,
terrible walkout song. But I think that he was too confident going in this.
Yeah.
When he went in there, maybe he just didn't have nerves. He didn't have the edge. He didn't have the drive to go, because Arnold Allen did have the drive to go. He was going the entire time.
I think he didn't like the fact that, he was favorited by odds makers, but literally, I swear every single person that wasn't from the UK had Melky Costa winning that. Even people like Dean Thomas, Rashad Evans, I saw them on the pregame. They had him.
We all got snake charmed.
Yeah. Well, it's not even just snake charmed. It's you just forget how good Arnold Allen is. He is that good.
He was getting pieced up, and then Melky would just stop.
Yeah, he get pieced up, but also he started early. His biggest issue is that he starts very late in fights. When you watch him, go back and watch him versus Max Holloway, go watch him against Jean Silva. He doesn't get going until halfway through the fight, and he's now I'm warmed up almost. And we didn't see that in this fight. Yeah. From point A to point B, the whole time
pressing the pace.
He was pressing the pace. He was he took command of the octagon, and he was you're gonna have to take it from me. And Melky just never got to that point.
Where does he go from here? I mean, I guess you stopped Melky from going up. You stopped you from losing. You stopped people from talking trash. But in your career, where's that take you? Because you don't have a fun personality. You don't have a great fight to set up. If Melky won and he beat Allen, then he can go and he can fight Silva. That's the fight to make after that.
Oh, true.
But now, whatever.
I mean, I guess maybe you give him whoever loses the Steve Garcia versus Diego Lopez fight, because that's going to be a fun fight. Whoever he goes up against, whether it's Diego Lopez or Steve Garcia, that's going to be a fireworks fight. Because
do you think they're going to slowly make Silva go to that fight? Do you think that they're slowly going to make Silva Lopez?
Maybe. I feel like they would want to. I think they're setting up Jean Silva to try to get the belt, and they're hoping that they
shut him up because he's crying over the belt that he doesn't even have.
I think that they want him to get the belt, and then Diego Lopez ultimately takes the belt.
Why would that even happen? You know what I mean? That's such a stupid idea because Diego Lopez already beat Sean Silva.
Yeah, but then
Diego Lopez has done the best against Volk.
I know, I agree.
What are we doing here? The UFC, dude, Paramount, ever since Paramount got in on this, telling you the UFC is like making only wrong choices.
100%.
The catering is insane. Did you see that the Sean Strickland thing? So Sean Strickland obviously says some off-color shit. On the live broadcast, he said something, and if you rewatch it, they actually cut that joke.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Like, dude, I can't stand how politically correct Paramount is.
I just don't know why UFC didn't just say, fuck it, we're going to make our own broadcast company. Like, they should have just done that. Do their own UFC channel where they just do reruns of fights and all this stuff. They could literally do that and, like, put everything on that same thing. And you could, I don't know, like, you could literally just make your own ESPN, essentially, but just of only the UFC.
And you don't have to pay out anyone for their deals?
Yeah, you don't have to do
you get
any
100%
of that shit.
of the revenue.
They're like, that sounds like too much work. Like we're going to outsource that to someone else.
Yeah.
But it's just frustrating because, I mean, even the matchmakers are just being very lax with a lot of this stuff. I mean, International Fight Week, I might be talking a little too much shit about that. I mean, that's a good fight card.
That's a great fight card. I'm excited for that fight card. Before we get into that, though, some big fish in the sea of MMA. We got the Netflix MVP MMA 1. If you could describe that promotion in one word, what would it be?
I would describe it in a GIF. I would describe it literally as the Robert Downey Jr. Eye roll. That's 100% it.
Dude, so I would just say ghetto. Such a trash promotion.
It's like literally we just entered the mind of Ronda Rousey, I feel.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Dude, and then the announcer that said, that was the, what did he say? That was the most horrific finish we've ever seen in MMA history or whatever.
Or
he
like
said.
terrifying finish or something like that. It's like we literally just saw Francis Ngannou put some dude in the grave, and then we're going to say that. Like we can't say that in the same breath in the same night.
What's his name? Dos Santos got finished harder than she finished Gina.
Yeah.
I mean, we just knew that was happening with Gina. First off, how do you see this happening? Oh, well, I see her going in for a single, taking her down, getting in top mount, and then from there punching her. Once Gina does this, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the arms because that's what I do. Shift my position, lock up an armbar. That is just some standard shit right there.
I mean, I literally said that in the podcast last week.
Dude, that's literally the easiest. That's the path to victory. If you were to be like, what's the perfect scenario? You know?
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, I think it was rigged. No, that's her move, dude. That's what she trained. That's what she's gonna do. To not think that that's exactly what she was gonna do is insane to me. That's like saying, I don't think Francis Ngannou is gonna knock out that one guy who is like 3 feet shorter than him and a whole person lighter.
I mean, he literally just looked like the heavyweight version of Ben Askren if he was Brazilian.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, but it's like, okay, cool, awesome. It's weird that like pretty much all the fights went exactly according to plan.
Yeah.
Like almost to a T. Like even the Dos Santos fight, we're like, oh, he's 5 billion years old. If he gets fucking touched, he's going to get put out. What happened? Bink. You know?
He got touched.
He got touched, man.
He got touched so good.
I mean, the cross fight, that was unfortunate. I mean, that was a dog fight.
That was, dude, crazy scrambles. Holy
crazy.
Shit.
Very high pace. Like there was so much urgency in everything.
I knew it was going to be high pace. I was really excited to see the end of round 2. I wanted to see how they were going to go from round 2 to round 3. That's where I was like, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, but that guy hits so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah, he does.
And beautiful body work by him.
Oh, dude.
You know, like
crack into the body. I actually really liked that when Cross was shelled up, instead of going to the head and like lining up those headshots when you're obviously going to hit guard, I like that he was like body shots and he just kept hitting the bread basket. I thought that was sick.
That was just high IQ by him. And then you go into Francis Ngannou. What do we think Francis Ngannou's fight's going to be? Oh, he's going to put him in the shower room. Oh, yep, that's exactly what he did. And then it's like Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry. What's going to happen? I think that Nate Diaz with his scar tissue is probably going to get aggressively cut in in the first couple rounds. What happened? Oh, he got cut and then he had to pull out because it was just bleeding way too profusely.
And it's just the geriatric show at this point. So Francis Ngannou wins. What does he do? Oh, I'm going to talk shit to Jake Jake Paul and try to set up a Jake Paul thing. First off, his shit talking, dog shit. He was like, I am a better businessman than him. It's like, who gives a fuck, dude? Can you fight? Can you throw down?
Yeah. Also,
Are you setting up a fight?
I want you to say some personal shit.
Yeah.
Like your wife's in my DMs. Like I want that shit. Like
I do too. What the fuck
like,
you doing?
I want
dude?
drama.
Yeah.
If we're gonna set up a fight, set up drama. Like I still want fucking Dustin Poirier versus McGregor 4.
I want that shit too.
Because they don't like each other.
Yeah.
And they have all that beef that wasn't squashed, things like that. Like I don't care about, oh, you're a bit better businessman. If you are, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
But then it's annoying that all these geriatric fighters are like looking up to Jake Paul like this big cash cow. So when Mike Perry and Nate Diaz are talking or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, what's up, Mike Perry? And then Mike Perry's like, oh, I could always run it back with Jake Paul and MMA. And he's like, yeah, I'll do that. You know, it'll sell tickets. And then Nate Diaz is like, yeah, I want to come back and rematch Mike Perry. It's like, who the fuck wants to see that again? And then he's like, then I'm going to fight, what's it called? Jake Paul. Who wants to see that? Dude, what the fuck you guys doing? Like, dude, no one cares about any of your shit. Everyone in that whole thing, that whole main card, no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
This is the worst promotion. And I think we should just boycott all of Netflix's shit with Jake Paul, because all Jake Paul does every time he throws a fight card, it's just such a disappointment every fucking time. And he's just getting views. Like we need to all band together and just say, fuck it. We're not watching Jake Paul, because Jake Paul, when he had his Mike Tyson thing, guys, he got us. When he had this one, guys, he got us again. Like he's never getting me again. I'm not watching any more Jake Paul shit, and I'm not watching any more Netflix shit. That just is what it is.
Let's fucking go. I'm here for it.
The only good thing that Jake Paul had was when he fought Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua knocked his ass out. And it's not because I'm like, I hope Jake Paul loses. It was just the only piece that felt authentic in anything.
Yeah, like there was legitimate danger in that. I agree. Like if he went up against, I mean, Francis Ngannou was like, oh, I will fight you. Like if Francis Ngannou, that would be a crazy fucking fight too. And it's just like,
if Francis Ngannou is knocking down Tyson Fury and he rides fucking Jake Paul to the finish, I'm sorry, but Francis Ngannou, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, 100%. You should be putting him out in the first round if you.
The other thing I hate about the Jake Paul experience is that he calls out everyone. So he's like, yeah, you know, maybe Francis Ngannou, let's do that. And then he's starting to get that lined up. And then Mike Perry's like, yeah, MMA, let's do that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I'm down for that. Didn't you just announce that Canelo was fighting you? Like, what are you doing? I thought we all wanted to watch the Canelo fight. You had the 200 million, you announced it to the world. What happened to that? We're not fighting Canelo anymore?
I think it's funny that
I don't know, man. I hate that shit.
I think it's funny that like all these people like 4 years ago when Jake Paul's like starting to do like his random Jake Paul things like Ben Askren, and like he's asking them like, oh dude, I need to fight someone, like let me get Ben Askren, right? And all of us are like, oh my god, like Ben Askren's gonna accept that fight, like that's crazy. Now it's the other way around where it's like, oh, dude, Jake Paul's gonna accept this fight. You know, like he now has the upper hand in these fights. Is kind of funny to see.
Well, like, I don't know, him versus Francis, it's like, oh, you're gonna accept this fight, because it's like Francis wants that payday.
Yeah.
And I don't think Francis is gonna try and knock him out.
Yeah.
I think Francis is gonna ride him through the end, or he's gonna get paid a lot of money to look good, you know? The other thing is Mike Perry fighting him in MMA. It's like, why would we want to watch that? Why would we want to watch you beat up a guy who is a quarter of the weight more than you in an MMA match?
True.
Like, crazy.
And then like you got Francis Ngannou that's like, oh dude, like John Jones, man, I'm gonna get John Jones. Like, you're not gonna get shit. You're not gonna get John Jones.
Yeah, well, he already talked shit to him. He said, I'm a better businessman than you, John Jones. It's like, what is this shit talk?
That's cool, dude. John Jones is still in a, like, if he's retired, if he unretires, he's still in the UFC because he still has 5 more fights on his contract, from what I heard.
He has 5?
5. He did like a supermax contract essentially, which means like he had like fucking like 7 fights or something like that he had to do.
Crazy.
And it's like, yeah, you're gonna have him go through 5 fights, then he can fight you, Francis, because you have no relationship with the UFC. So I don't know where you're going with that.
The opposite of a relationship.
I mean, if you're a really good businessman, then let's see you get him out of his contract in the UFC.
Yeah.
Buy out his contract for the UFC and then fight him. I'll respect that if you did that.
That'd
honestly.
be crazy.
That would be a gangster move. If you really wanted it, to be, I want to fight the best man on earth, then you do that.
In MMA, that's what he wants.
In MMA,
he gets smoked by John Jones.
I mean, he gets smoked by John Jones, but if he wants that smoke, you pay for that smoke.
Yeah, it's just, you would have to pay John Jones so much to fight Francis.
Well, the thing is that if he gets out of contract, right, then he's free agent. You pay him as much as you need to pay him. Like if you're Jake Paul and you think that MVP Promotions is gonna be like that next step, then you're paying John Jones whatever the fuck you need to pay him to get that.
That's what they need.
Return on investment.
They need real fighters. They don't need Gina Carano, who's like 40, and then
she hasn't fought since 2009 or something like that.
Brother, she just lost 100 pounds in 1 year.
Yeah,
and she hasn't even touched anything in forever. Like, what are we doing here? What a silly concept.
And then Ronda Rousey's just a tryhard.
She's crying. She's like, "Oh my god, this was the best moment in MMA history. This is the biggest thing."
Dude, I'm sorry, but there was way too many people that like I respect in the UFC community, like their thoughts and opinions, that were just absolutely glazing that moment too.
Yeah, Kenny Florin, what are you doing?
Dude, I love Kenny Florin. Like he's like got really good insight. Brother, why are we talking about how great that moment was? Like it wasn't like, even
what?
Seriously,
dude. Counting his money.
Seriously, like that was just that was a rough promotion.
Dude,
to be rough. Like nice.
Also, they had to have half their promotion on YouTube. Had to go find that shit.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you had to go find the main card on Netflix. Like just a shit show. UFC is the best. UFC, you go to UFC, you press play, and it plays through everything. The other thing is, you're like, oh fuck, dude, who's fighting this weekend? You type in UFC, enter. It lists everyone that's fighting. You don't have to go to Tapology. It's all right there. Shows you the times that are starting. Shows you prelim, like main card, everything.
Basic
shows you
tail of the tape if you click on them.
Yeah, if you click on them, basic tail of the tape, no big deal. Yeah. You could actually go and find their records and shit. If you do decide to go down that rabbit trail, from there, boxing, what are you doing?
Yeah.
MVP, what are you doing?
It's because it's so decentralized.
Yo.
There's no like actual legitimate boxing organization that's just like overseeing everything. Which, I mean, boxing, what are you doing? You should definitely do that. You should just have one overarching, like almost like an ultimate set of belts. Then all the other belts are cool, but then you have like I'm the big dog of that division belt, and then everything should be centralized around that.
You can't do it because too many people are owners and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought that up, because MVP, not only did they have this terrible promotion, but they also didn't even have a belt on the line. Like, what was the point of all this shit?
They even use a fucking octagon.
They use a hexagon,
They were so poor that they couldn't get two more sides to the fucking cages.
Brother, yo, seriously. Bro.
That was wild. When they said hexagon, and you and I were so confused, and then you counted the sides personally. And
I was like, pause this.
It is a hexagon.
The other thing that's funny is that, like, they just stacked the front row. They try to go old school UFC where like they show all the famous people that are there, and you're like, holy shit, Halle Berry's there. So they're going through the whole first 3 rows all the way around the hexagon, and every seat after that is just empty.
Oh yeah, dude. It's different for UFC, right? Because like UFC, it's not packed in the beginning, and it is what it is because there's just so many people that buy those tickets, and they're like, I'm only there to see fucking like Conor McGregor, you know?
They'll pay premium dollar, not Netflix subscription, but premium dollar to be there in the front row and actually see Conor McGregor. They would not do that for Ronda Rousey.
100%. And like, dude, that was just tough. Like, there was no one in the crowd either. Like, it's like everyone wanted to see Francis Ngannou
and Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
That was it. That's all they wanted.
And then like you see the crowd with Ronda Rousey, and it was just crickets.
Oh, so embarrassing.
So tough.
She's like crying. She's like, this is the biggest moment. I'm like, of your life, not of MMA history, of your life.
I don't even think it's the biggest moment of her life.
I don't think so either.
I think her versus Misha Tate.
I think her versus Amanda Nunes.
No, I know. No, that's not the one you were talking about. You were talking about her versus Holly Holm.
Oops. Next weekend, though, we have Holly Holm. Like, dude, I'd much rather see Holly Holm in boxing every single week of the year than one Ronda Rousey fight now.
Yeah, I completely agree. Ronda Rousey is just, I don't know.
Cringy.
It's cringy.
So fucking cringy.
Dude, they couldn't afford fucking kits for the main event?
Dude,
what the fuck was
doing?
This? Why were they both wearing black?
They were wearing whatever they found in their closet. They literally look like that iCarly meme.
Oh,
so bad, dude.
Dude, Dude, it's so bad.
And then Gina's looking all nice and she's like, oh yeah, we're going to fight. And then you have Rhonda and she's like doing some ugly ass face on the other side. It's like, chill the fuck out, dude. Golly. Obviously you guys have never fought before.
Oh man, that's not.
That guy is in the middle of typing it and he's like, and he hears me say, shut the fuck up. He's like,
The awkward fucking one by one. Doesn't even just hold it down.
he caught me.
Yep, he fucking got me on that one. Just fucking knuckle bumps you.
I gotta shut the fuck up. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I want to tell you that that's just the rules of life.
Yeah. You guys don't even try. Go ahead and delete that. I'd like to see either of you fight Francis. Delete that. Delete that. Why the fuck would we do that? Stupid.
It's like no one here is fighting Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
No one in this fucking who's watching this is gonna be fighting Francis.
Oh,
Ngannou.
that's the best is when it's always someone like that. And I click on their fucking photo and it's some dude that has like the smallest chest with the biggest gut and they have the smallest arms and they're in some tropical place and then they have like some big ass forehead and they're just like standing like this. It's like, and it's all private and they're following like 36,000 people and then they have like three followers.
Fucking the Instagram people are just so. I hate when they like talk shit, but then they have no fucking
photos or anything.
They're completely private.
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna get on my other account. I'm gonna talk shit.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
Okay, cool. Like, why do you have your fucking kid as your like profile pic? That's
yeah, super weird.
Like, no offense.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's your kid.
Yeah, hopefully. That's why you only have this following.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, they have a bigger following now. Oh, they're actually hitting parlay. Oh, this is awkward. Oh, these guys don't even. Dude, did you see that guy's comment? He said something like, do these guys even ever like hit or something? And it was like the day that we hit just one parlay, one of them. Also, we've been hitting parlays. I just decided to throw those ones up. Yeah. But we what's it called? They post on that one, and I was like, you're literally seeing that we're hitting parlays. What are you talking about? Are these guys ever right?
Are these guys ever right? Especially on the main event. It's not like they got the Sean Strickland right.
One of the people said, this guy must be new here, and the guy who said, are these guys ever right or whatever, had like 3 or 4 likes, and the other guy had like 60 or 70 likes. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, and it's like, dude, we're journeymen here. We're
just here for the fun.
Yeah, dude.
We're here for the gambling. We're just a couple of casual MMA fans who happen to be degenerate gamblers, dude.
We're here for the chase, man.
Dude, yeah. Also, I like the comment of someone saying, when you guys hit the perfect parlay, are you guys going to be out? Like, you guys dipping? It's like, stick around.
Yeah, you're going to have to tune in the next week.
To be continued.
You know, you're not going to know whether or not we hit the perfect parlay, but there's going to be signs.
There'll be signs. The other thing that's cool is whenever we have a shit week like this past weekend, the next couple weeks, we have just like killer weekends.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, you know, we have boxing this next weekend. I mean, for the most part, we do pretty good on our boxing parlays.
Yep.
If you're not following them, like, I feel like more often than not, we're hitting a pretty much perfect parlay every weekend on boxing. So
yeah, that's on our Patreon. You get our regular podcast like this with all of our picks broken down. Like for instance, last week, how there was a shift in the card. We had new picks that were different from the video because we had to update our picks. And then Thursday, we post our extra boxing video. And then Friday, we post our spicy parlay picks for the UFC event. This week, there's not going to be a spicy parlay pick just because we're doing boxing. But that's usually how it goes. It's only $1. And so if you hit one parlay, that pays for your entire year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I mean, $12 a year. Stop.
This is week 3 of us hitting at least one of those parlays. Last 2 weeks have been crazy parlays too. You know, one was plus
almost 7K.
Yeah,
and the other one was plus almost 11K.
Yeah, like definitely worth it.
Yeah,
like if you put $1 on that, that's $110.
Yeah. So then it pays for what? How many years is that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how many hooker?
We're in Vegas. So
yeah. So how many? If you go and drive about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. But the spicy parlays, definitely a lot of fun. If we don't hit a perfect parlay, usually we hit. So we have like the main parlay where it's like 13 fights, and then we have the prelim, and then we have the main card. Those are perfect parlays. And then we have the spicy parlays. If none of those hit, then we usually hit spicy parlay. And sometimes we hit multiple of everything.
Yeah. And then we do fucking live betting parlays too, which like those hit sometimes.
Those are fun.
Those are spicy, dude.
And that is on our live stream that's on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. We're going to start doing some TikTok soon, some TikTok live. But for right now, just Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. And that's every Saturday we do the fights. So if it's 3 a.m, we're going to be there. If it's 5 p.m, we're going to be there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dude, so much. I don't even know if so much news is the right term.
I have a little bit of boxing news.
What's up?
Vasily Lomachenko is thinking about coming back and fighting.
Who's he fighting?
A lot of people are speculating it might be him versus Gervonta Davis. Are you here for that fight?
Gervonta is like able to fight? I thought he was going through like legal shit.
I don't know. That's what the streets want to say.
That's a tough fight. I think Gervonta takes that.
Maybe. I mean, it depends on how much is going on in his life, right?
Well,
where how distracted are you? Where like you can actually dial in and go up against Lomachenko, because Lomachenko is a fucking dog. You know for a fact right now he's just, if he's thinking about coming back, he's already in the gym.
The thing with Gervonta though is he does not like to lose.
True.
So if he takes this fight, you know that contract is going to have some weird wonky weight cut, this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
You can't use your left hand for the first 3 rounds. You know, like weird shit in the contract. Then on top of that, he's going to hire someone to be in the camp in case anything goes wrong. Oh, he has an injured left toe. I want to know about it.
Yeah.
And that's the speculation on the Ryan Garcia fight. There was a rat in his camp that told him about the rib injury, and that's why he got stopped.
The thing that's kind of interesting with that, though, is that Lomachenko has a bunch of like Eastern Bloc people, like, you know, because he's from that area. So it's like, you know, you have all those people. Loyalty is above everything else. So it's like, I don't think you get people in on such a tight community like that.
Maybe that's what happens in the mafia and mob.
True.
Happens all the
You're
time.
not wrong.
It's a rat. Well, let's talk about the biggest news.
Oh yeah, dude. Krylov versus Whitaker.
Let's talk about the real fight news. Announced on Saturday was the International Fight Week. We have Conor McGregor versus
Max Holloway. At welterweight, though, that's the spicy thing.
It's at 170.
It's at 170.
When did that get announced?
That's on the UFC website.
Oh shit! It's welterweight.
It's welterweight. That's why I'm thinking McGregor might take that. This is literally just initial thoughts.
Oh no, it is welterweight.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it was? Remember they kept Max Holloway and McGregor up, and they switched the card to talk about the other card.
Oh, gotcha.
I was looking at it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, dude! It's at 155."
Okay.
That's where I.
That's a
fucked up.
spicy fucking fight. I think that McGregor takes that though.
Dude.
Initially, I think he takes it just because we saw Max against
Dustin Poirier.
Charles Oliveira even, as recently as that, where he doesn't have necessarily, he's too much volume. He doesn't have enough power to really have people respect his shots. Like you see him against Charles, and it was like, Charles like, okay, like that, those kind of hurt. But then Charles hits him, and it like moves him.
Yeah, he like flew across the cage.
Yeah.
I think Charles could have, they should have struck in that fight. But
Oh,
anyways, go ahead.
yeah. But that's neither here nor there. But with Conor at 170, with him, how good his striking I think is right now in my head, I'm like, dude, I think he takes that.
I think he takes that too. I think he crushes it.
Yeah.
That's a fun,
That's gonna
interesting
be a
fight.
Very interesting fight.
And it's interesting because it doesn't move the needle for anyone except for us.
Yeah.
You know?
It's literally for casuals.
Yeah, because McGregor coming back at 170 against Max, cool. Max is not going to be at 170. He's not a 170er.
Yeah.
And then McGregor, who the fuck is he going to fight? Because he's fighting not only an unranked 170er, but someone who's not even going to stick around in 170.
I think this is actually great for both of them like that. You had a really good point right there. So Max Holloway, for example, he wants to stay in his ranking, right? Because he wants to fight for gold at some point. So it's like if he puts up the rank at 155 against an unknown quantity against Conor, and let's say he for some reason gets put up by Conor at 155, could definitely happen and stuff like that, then he has to go down even further in the ranks, right? He's further away from his goal. If he has it at 170, he doesn't have really any issues with that. Also, with Conor, we don't know where he's at. He is trying to get like a litmus test where he's at in his, like where is he in the UFC? So it's like that, like both of them have like no bearing in this fight. So it's almost like because it's a vacuum fight, we get to see a lot of information.
But they had to cater this for McGregor for multiple reasons. First off, like you said, can't have Max fight in 155 because it's like it'd fuck up his ranking. But in 170, that's where McGregor wants to be because he wants to fight Islam because of the beef.
Yeah.
So he wants to cruise through it. So let's say McGregor does this. Let's say in a perfect world, he does this. He goes and he fights. Who would you give him after this in 170? Just speed run real quick.
Maybe like a Joaquin Buckley or a Sean Brady.
Okay, he beat Sean Brady. We give him the title shot because he's his age, where he's been in the UFC and stuff, right? You just give him it because of star power. Him versus Islam, dude, that would sell so fucking hard. But if he beat Islam, let's just say perfect world, him versus Ian Gary, that would sell some fucking tickets in Ireland.
Oh, yeah. Especially, I mean, you have to think that people in Ireland are not too fond of Ian Gary because of just the pride of Irish people and him just kind of like taking her name and, you know, training in Brazil,
wearing the
learning
flag.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff that's like, I don't know. I feel like Irish people would be like, what the fuck are you doing, brother? Like,
and still saying, I am Irish. It's like,
Yeah.
I am Ireland. I am Queens Boulevard.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
It's like kind of like
Yeah, like you are, but you also aren't.
Yeah, I think that Conor McGregor is going to sell the fuck out of this event. This event, the whole card,
Star-studded.
so much better than the White House dog shit card.
Oh, 100%.
Oh,
Every single fight, there's some kind of storyline going on.
yeah.
It's very interesting. Like the White House card, again, it's literally just catering to, I don't know, like the White House, I guess. Like,
Can I tell you something?
what's up?
It's kind of guilty. It makes me feel guilty inside. I'm not saying fully, but I'm starting to like Gaethje to win this fight.
No, I think that
Like,
a lot of people are counting out Gaethje, and I think that it's a very like you can't overlook Gaethje. First off, he's a fucking dog. You're definitely gonna get a war. You know exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a war with him. But I mean, Ilya has to be in a war as well.
he does. But think about why he got knocked out in the Max Holloway fight.
Broken nose.
Broken nose, first round, puffing and huffing
Yeah.
for 4 extra rounds after that.
Well, not only that, I mean, with the broken nose, because you're huffing, you have to breathe out of your mouth. When you're in that exchange, your mouth is open.
That's exactly what
It
I was
has
about
to
to
be.
say.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
You're
ahead.
right. Thanks, asshole.
Go ahead.
But you're 100% right with that, where it's like those are extenuating circumstances. But also, you got to think Ilya is a boxer. Like, that's his bread and butter. He has a very traditional boxing
Best
style.
boxer in the UFC.
Exactly. Gaethje's coach is Trevor Whitman, and he's probably one of the best minds for MMA boxing that we have. So if there's someone that can break the armor of Ilya and try to find the weakness in his boxing, it's going to be Trevor Whitman.
You know, he said, I've already found the weaknesses and we're training those weaknesses to exploit them and he's like, you know, Ilya's doing the same thing with us. We're doing the same thing with them. It's like, but we found a lot of weaknesses. And he's like, and those are the ones we're going to exploit.
I mean, it would be crazy. Like, we don't see Ilya get his O taken, right? It's kind of like Hamzah. Like, he's not going to get his O shit. You know, like, it definitely can happen.
Topuria, for instance, he got like really hurt by Jai Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Gaethje hits much harder than Jai Herbert. When was the last time someone knocked out Dustin Poirier?
Oh, I guess it would be Justin Gaethje.
Before that, I want to say it was just McGregor.
Oh, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson's one of the hardest hitting
Yeah,
people in like the lower divisions.
true.
I mean, even in 170, he was cracking. You know what I mean? Oh, so I mean, of those 3 people, Gaethje must hit pretty fucking hard as well. Used to getting hit really hard by a lot of killers, smiling back at him. Don't think there's gonna be much wrestling in this one. It's gonna be a striking match mostly.
Yeah, I think that the leg kicks of Gaethje, though, is going to make a huge difference.
He kicks different.
He kicks different. Everyone says he's the hardest. He has the worst leg kicks outside of like Alex Pereira.
He throws it from where the fuck ever.
Yeah, it does not matter.
He's like in a clinch and he's leg kicking you.
And it's like, because of how he kicks too, it's like fucking just ruthless.
Yeah, I got a
He
feel on
fucking
these kicks,
chops the fucking leg. It's not like I'm gonna touch you up. It's I'm chopping wood with this leg kick.
Crazy. All right, let's get into this week's fight picks.
First fight up is Sultan Al-Mohamed versus Dedi Imprax. Who you got?
I have Sultan on this. He is padding his resume, obviously, trying to get some ring experience. His opponent, Dedi, is 2-4, and he has 4 losses, all by knockouts, all underneath 4 rounds. So I think it's safe to say he's probably going to get knocked out under 4 rounds because Sultan, even though he has a short record, he has some KOs on there. So he has the power, has the ability. I think he's going to go ahead and get this done with knockout.
I completely agree. I have Sultan by stoppage. I think that there's just a clear mismatch with athletic ability. Really clean, really fast in the ring. I think that he's just going to develop his skills more and just hone in. And this is essentially a stepping stone fight for him. Dedi definitely has the experience on him, but none of it is really useful experience because he kind of gets stopped in all 4 of his losses. So, I mean, no offense, respectfully. Sultan is definitely going to get this done. Next fight up is Omar Hikal versus Ali Surakuma. Who you got?
I have Omar for this. He's obviously doing doing a stepping stone fight, padding his record. He's going up against a guy who is 2-3. And I mean, if not only just to pad his record, I want to see this guy lose because his nickname is Muhammad Ali and he's disrespecting that name by having a 2-3 record, calling himself Muhammad Ali. That's insane to me.
I think that's just facts right there. Yeah, I completely agree. But I do have Omar winning this, most likely by decision. I think that Hikal is the more technically sound fighter. Ali does have more aggression and he does throw more volume, but I think that he leaves himself more defensively open. It's going to be pointless because he's essentially just going to get check hooked. He's going to get just immediately, his offense is going to get stifled by some kind of counter punch. I think that Hikal is going to just settle behind his jab and just take this to decision. Next fight up is Mohamed Mabruk Yahya versus Michael Kalyaya. Who you got?
I have Muhammad on this. He's also making his debut. A lot of debuts on this card, but this one in particular, the guy he's fighting, I mean, half of his losses he's getting starched in, and the other half of the losses are going to be a tie between draw and a decision. And I think that he's just going to get a decision on this one. I think it's going to be a pretty easy fight. Going to go the whole rounds. Just take the over, take him winning, money line, take decision, whatever you want.
Yeah. I got Yeah by KO. I think that he is a very aggressive puncher. I think that he has a definite power advantage against Michael. Michael is a durable fighter, but when he has a clear power disadvantage, he struggles against it. And I definitely think that Yahya is going to hunt for the finish early and get potentially an early TKO or maybe even a TKO. I'll be surprised if it goes to the decision. All right. Next fight up is Basim Mamdou versus Jamar Tali. Who you got?
I have Jamar on this one. He has 5 KO wins, 1 decision win. He has no losses on his record. Stylistically, it's a perfect fight for him. He likes to press forward and pressure his opponents and then just go ahead and hit those big shots. When he's fighting off his back foot, I don't think he has incredible footwork, but he does have enough footwork to get off the ropes and get back to his power, which is pressing forward. Basim likes to fight off his back foot, so it's the exact opposite, but he also gets tripped up on his footwork, throws lower volume, and is kind of just less of a threat. I think we're going to see Jamar with a KO on this one.
I don't think that Tali's going to get the KO. I think he most likely will get the decision, but I also have Tali in this fight, obviously. I think he has the cleaner fundamentals overall, and I think that Mamdou is going to come out very aggressive, especially because he's fighting at home. I think that Tali's combinations, though, are just way too crisp, and I think that he has way too much ring IQ that I've seen in his fights for him to really get outboxed. And I think that he doesn't necessarily have enough power to put away Mamdou in the rounds, so I think it goes to decision. Yeah. Next fight up is Daniel Lapin versus Benjamin Mendez Tani. Who you got?
I have Daniel on this one. I think Benjamin is going to definitely be the bigger fighter going into this fight. I mean, he's fought 200, he's going down to 175, but Daniel has way better fundamentals. I'm really worried about the cardio and Benjamin's game plan. I don't know if he's going to be able to land shots early. He's going to gas himself, and then it's going to be really easy to pick him apart later in the fight. But the fundamentals and footwork and just everything, shot selection, style, the whole thing comes down to Daniel. This is going to showcase how good he is, and he's going to turn it up on him.
I have Lapin. I think that this could potentially go to a KO.
Yeah, you're saying weird stuff.
Yeah, I know. My brain's not working. I have Lapin on this as well. I think that he could potentially get the knockout in this fight. I think that Taney has the experience in the fight game, but I think that Lapin has the size and range that's just too much for Benjamin to overcome. He's got a really strong jab. His power is improving by each fight, and it also helps that he is connected to Team Usyk. So, I mean, that helps anyone, I definitely think that Lapin is going to control the fight, control the distance, and then I think he's going to get the KO. Next fight up is Mizuki Hiduta versus Mai Solomon. Who you got?
I have Mizuki to win this. This is actually my lock of the week. I think she's very technical. She's very, very tight. She does multiple phase attacks. She's in with like a 2 or 3 punch combo to draw out your attack and then goes right back in with another attack. I love it. She just cuts an angle really quick and just keeps going. Always throwing something, always in your face, pressing the pace. I think she's going to do it by decision. I think that the fact that she does the and one is going to really score her points later on, and it's going to be sneaky. So she goes like, let's say a 1-2 and 1. And those extra and 1 shots are going to pile up at the end of each round. And that's what the judge is going to see. Oh, she threw a 2-punch combination and 1 and 1. And those little and 1 shots, I guarantee you, Solomon's going to be walking into, and you're going to get big reactions out of it, scoring her higher points.
I have Mizuki to win this. I think it 100% it goes to decision. I think that she is a very technical boxer. boxer. Her fundamentals are so nice to watch. She is just a clean boxer. Great combinations. Her range management and her overall ability to know when she's in danger, when she's not in danger, when to strike, when to not strike. Her discipline in there is just really good for a division like that. I think that she'll be able to really feast on those combinations and add up the points. I think that Solomon is a good fighter. I think that the problem is that she's going to be in the home crowd. And so because of that, I think that she's going to come out maybe a little too emotional and come out kind of aggressive. And I don't think that's the right fight for to go up against Mizuki with. And I think that she'll be able to use that to her advantage and ultimately get the decision. Next fight up is Frank Sanchez versus Richard Torrez Jr. Who you got?
I have Richard Torrez Jr. I've been following this guy for a long time. Love this guy's style. He likes to go in there, clinch, and then hit some dirty boxing in that clinch. And no one's ever expecting it, which is crazy to me. He has really good counters. He's really good clinching. He's going to have really good pace, really good power. I mean, there's a chance that he gets that KO on that 33-year-old chin, but we'll see. He is training with Terrence Crawford's coach, Bomac. I think we're going to see the best version of Richard that we've ever seen.
Dude, I have Richard Torrez. I have him by stoppage. I think that...
Start from the beginning.
Yeah. I have Richard Torrez. I have him by KO. Okay.
Just say this is my lock of the week. Just start out.
All right. This is my lock of the week. I have Richard Torrez by KO. He has unbelievable pressure, especially for that weight class. I think that the fact that he just keeps on going forward, it's just so overwhelming to a bunch of these fighters that are kind of not used to that type of pressure. Sanchez is a very interesting fighter. He's a very polished Cuban style boxer. He has very strong defense, but I think that defense can have some chinks, and those chinks are called Richard Torrez Jr. I think that he's going to have a lot of success really early with his counters and his overall movement, and I think that he's going to be able to just essentially overwhelm him with his presence and his volume. I think he's going to melt Frank Sanchez in there and get the stoppage. Next fight up is Sakram Giyazov versus Jack Catterall. Who you got?
I have Jack winning this fight. I think he's going to take the O from Sakram. Sakram is winning, yeah, but he's beating guys that are like 25-5. And then you have Jack who's beating people who are like 33-1. And then he's the one. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy to me. He's too experienced with better experienced guys, and it's going to show that night.
This is definitely the most technical fight on the card, in my opinion. I have Giyazov to win this by a very close decision. I think that Jack Catterall is really good. I think that he's going to probably win the first couple rounds just due to his cleaner shots in the opening rounds. I think that Giyazov's overall pace and the fact that he just keeps on marching forward, I think that that's going to kind of overwhelm Jack in the later rounds, and I think he's going to steal the later rounds. And I think those middle rounds is where you're going to see the most interesting part of this fight. But I think that Giyazov, he just fights with a higher amount of volume, and I think that that's just going to look better in the scorecards in the hands of the judges. And I think that this goes to decision. I don't think either one's getting stopped, and I think that Giyazov is just, it's going to be such a close decision. So if you want, because we are on opposite ends, we can always go for the draw.
I think we should just do it for the draw.
Do it for the draw?
Yeah.
Dude, imagine we snipe the draw. That'd be fucking sweet. The majority draw. Oh,
dude, maybe.
That's what dreams are made of, brother.
in the parlay.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
Why not, dude? I mean, the amount of good fighters that have these like crazy fights like this, and it's just super close and it goes to draw. I mean, that happens honestly a lot. So like I can definitely see this going to a draw. I mean, or a split decision or something like that. So next fight up is Hamzah Sheeraz versus Alan Bejic. Who you got?
I have Hamzah on this. He's fighting better guys and winning. Alan, I mean, 5 fights ago, he was fighting a guy who was 25-7, and he beat that guy. Sorry, not 25-7, 25-27.
Oh, okay.
Crazy.
That's different.
That's insane. 5 fights ago, Hamzah was fighting someone who was 25-4. So I think that the experience and the quality of experience is really going to show in this, and Hamzah's going to take it.
Shiraz, I see it being a KO in this fight too. Hamzah,
Do you see it?
I see it. No, he has like he has a huge frame for the division. He has an exceptionally sharp jab. He also has the killer instinct ability that not many boxers have. That is honestly innate. You either have it or you don't have it. He does excellent body work. He's a very patient guy in there too. He'll wait for that beautiful shot to open up, and he wants to look for that highlight clip. And I think that he's going to get that highlight this weekend. Next fight up is the main event. We have Oleksandr Usyk versus Rico Verhoeven. Who you got?
I have Usyk, obviously, for this one. Rico is a really good boxer, but he's really good at boxing and kickboxing. He does have one boxing win underneath his belt, but that was a long time ago. He's been kickboxing constantly. I just think that your stance, your style, everything it's a hard translator into boxing from kickboxing unless you're taking the appropriate steps. To go straight from where he's at in kickboxing, which he's really good at kickboxing, to go from that and then jump all the way up to Usyk. That is a crazy tall order. That guy does hit like a truck, but Tyson Fury hits like a truck and he beat him twice. Anthony Joshua hits like a truck, beat him twice. Dubois hits like a truck, beat him twice. So I don't really see him showing anything new that he hasn't seen before. And I think Usyk's just he might even finish this. He might make this light work.
Yeah, I mean, I see him getting a late stoppage in this, and I think you hit the nail right on the head. Rico is a really good kickboxer. I mean, we've seen it many a times. We hear the debate like, oh, MMA versus boxing, and it's like, oh yeah, obviously the MMA fighter is going to lose in a boxing match. Same thing with a kickboxer versus a boxer, unfortunately, because you're thinking about stuff that has nothing to do with boxing, especially even, for how long he's been in the kickboxing sphere. Like, he's going to look at openings differently naturally. Like, when he looks at Usyk, it's not going to be, oh, I can throw that over the top. It's like, oh, I can throw that head kick over the top. It's like those little things, and he's going to have to manually be like, I can't do that because that's against the rules.
He does have a nasty head kick though.
Yeah, so it's like, honestly, him by disqualification, he gets like flustered by Usyk, and then he just throws up the head kick. I mean, kind of spicy. But I mean, you can't go and do this against Usyk. His ring experience by himself, like elite tier, fighting only the who's who, lapping them twice.
His footwork,
beautiful. For a heavyweight is just absurd.
Him and Lomochenko, both out of the same camp, both have amazing footwork.
Yeah, and footwork is everything in boxing. Like, obviously in kickboxing and MMA, it's also important. But when you have such limited tools in boxing, like, you literally only have your hands, it's at a premium that you have good footwork, especially in a division where you can be lax with your footwork because your power is going to carry you in a lot of your matches. And I think that by itself, and him to be able to create angles off of it, I think he's going to be able to wear some real damage on Rico. And I think that he's just going to wear him down over, rounds 4 or 5. I could see it maybe like a round 8 stoppage in this fight. And then, you just call it a day. Usyk is still champion. He walks out of there with his $150 million or whatever his absurd purse is. And then, he's on to the next fight.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's Fight Picks. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoy this content, all of our social media is linked in the bio. Be sure to subscribe, cash those tickets, and don't forget, bet smart, fight hard. We'll catch you in the next card.